Engine roar like a lion's cry. Rubber burns under the smoky sky. Steel beats racing on the line. The thrill of speed makes the cold pour shine. Welcome to pit lane pole, where the engines scream and the spirits soar. Grab a drink, feel the thunder roar. This is the place you've been looking for.
And welcome in to Pit Lane Pour, where the laps are fast, and the beers are cold, and the news and stories hit harder than Max Verstappen going into a corner.
Shut your mouth. Hey, how about it hits harder than Bearman hitting the wall?
That's not funny, Tim. That's safety.
I know. We're going to talk about it.
We are. So, Tim, since you're already drinking, what are you cracking it open?
Well, boys, I always got a little time for some mountain time. Little New Belgium.
Hayes?
I went with the classic garage beer, where the garage is always open.
Well, the garage is always open, huh?
Yeah. The porch is always available too, but, you know.
Porch is always available for a while, is what I hear. For a little bit, not much longer.
Yeah. Oh, he just shook it up.
What did you make a
Let's see if
martini?
Hayes knows what this is.
He over there got his shaker. Shake.
Hayes knows what this
That's
is.
key lime pie in a shot glass.
That's some old smoky key lime pie. I did this
Oh,
just for my
that's
big
good.
brother.
That's a good one.
Well, now,
Now, Pops would like
let's see
that
what's in
one.
the beer fridge.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in the
Making
beer
us wait.
fridge. Garage beer,
It had a nice crack.
where the
to it.
garage is always open.
There you go.
Just for my big brother. All right, so
They should
boys,
totally make him a spokesperson.
we got some off time. They really do need to make Hayes a spokesperson. He drinks too much. So, since it is off time, oh, my Lanta. So let's get into some. Oh my goodness, I can't even focus today. Let's get into some Taproom Times. Our segment to where we like to talk about what is going on in the Formula One world or the motorsports world. So with that being said, I think the first topic we should talk about is Red Bull paying for the price due to the 2025 season? What do you guys think? Come on, Mr. Spokesperson of Red Bull.
All right. So I do think this has led to their slow start. They put a lot of, effort into last year and made a dang good run. I mean, looking at things at where they are right now, you're like, man, some people would be upset. I know that they're going to bounce back. Are they paying a little bit for it? Yes, 100%. But what excitement we had last year because of all of the effort that went into it. even though he came up 2 points short, that season's going to be talked about for years to come. Like the incredible comeback of Max Verstappen and Team Red Bull. So I think it was worth them sacrificing a little bit of this year to give him a shot at it, because that's what the team's there for. They put every blood, sweat, and tears into giving that driver every piece of that machinery that he can, use as his weapon out there on the track to accomplish the driver's championship. And, they hope that they get the constructors as well, but in this case, it was just the drivers. We got plenty of season left. We got a lot of regulation stuff that might benefit them. So we will see. But yes, they did kind of shoot themselves in the foot, so to speak, but they're always that team that bounces back. So I'm very confident in their capabilities this year.
Hayes?
I was gonna say kind of along the same lines Tim was. Like, I think they did put so much effort into trying to get Max to win that championship that they just neglected worrying about everything changing this year. And I think it's it's been kind of evident so far. I think even though Hadjar started out pretty good, I mean, look where he's kind of at now. He's kind of in the same boat a little bit, but yeah, I think he did sacrifice last year's run at the end. I just hope they can bounce back. And it don't take them another year, and then Max leaves. He don't
Yeah,
like
I get you
driving
on that one.
cars anyway.
Yeah, you don't like driving them cars. Well, good old Lauren
Yeah,
Mekies
he doesn't.
has come out and he said a few things. He said, we thought and we still think it was the right thing to do because we felt that turning the page to 2026 would have been a little bit of an easy escape and wishful thinking that next year will be better. Even though we didn't fully understand what were the limitations of 2025. He also went on to say, we didn't think it was the right way. Now, of course, the time and energy we vested for the late push last year, does it have an impact on the start of 2026? Of course it does. Of course, we pay a bit of a price today. Do we use it as an excuse? No. He also does then say, we are not happy with the starting point, but we think that we will get through these difficulties as we did last year. We will get the full understanding of the limitations. And this team has been very, very good in turning things around, and we have another chance to do it this year. And right there, I think that really speaks volumes to Lauren Mekies as a leader, saying that, yeah, did they shoot themselves in the foot this year? He's saying, yeah, they did for the start of it. But if they go on to do what they did last year, mid-season, and upgrade and do all the great things, I think they could have another comeback year, but still not fully sold on that yet. Not fully sold on that one yet. So, in effect, in a way, did they shoot themselves in the foot? Yeah, they did. But can they make a comeback? They could. But then, of course, Tim always thinks Max can come back, even if he dives in the corner. Take somebody out.
Hey, man, if it ain't rubbing, it ain't racing. We all know that.
That's NASCAR.
I think it applies to all.
That's
I mean, just
NASCAR.
look at Formula E. Formula E.
I mean, not too bad. But, ladies and gentlemen, we still got a lot to go through. We have a few topics we're going to get to tonight besides that one. We're going to get through Mercedes and Red Bull engine trick that annoys Ferrari. We also have the big topic that everybody's going to be talking about here soon. If F1 ownership shakes up incoming, I mean, there could be some incoming shakeups in the Formula One. Can Antonelli be the one to end the drought for the Italians? We'll talk about that. And then possible reg changes at tomorrow's meeting. So stay tuned and watch a little bit more. So with that being said, let's dive right into Mercedes and Red Bull engine trick that annoys Ferrari. Tim, why don't you go at it since you know a lot about it?
Okay, guys. So there's all the rumors about the compression ratio, right? They're still supposed to, I think it's the FIA is going to be doing some testings and checks pretty soon. There's a certain deadline. I can't remember exactly what that date is, but basically when the engine's cold, the Mercedes and the Red Bull engine meet all of the compression ratios. When it heats up, it actually allows them to gain 15 to 20 horsepower because of the way that they can allow the metal to flex in there to their benefit. Is it illegal? I personally don't think so. I think that they are given these engines and these regulations, they're it's their job to do make it the best that they can, right? So is it a loophole? Yes. Is everybody else mad that they didn't figure it out? Yes. But I would also
If
say
you ain't
that,
first, you're last.
well, listen, I
Yeah,
mean,
there
that's a
you go.
good point because who's the first who's the first off the line at every race? Ferrari. What's going on there? Are the other teams upset about that? Yeah, but they're not pushing the FIA to do a full investigation about it. No, these teams just got to figure out how do we get that boost off the line. So I say hats off to Mercedes and Red Bull, finding a loophole to benefit them. Now, is it really benefiting Red Bull right now? Not so much, They're struggling in some other
Yeah.
areas. Is it benefiting Mercedes? 100%. So, but that being said,
Michael, what's your take
it's
on
not just the Mercedes engine, because if it was, then we would see Alpine and these other teams benefiting from it. It's, you see what I mean? So,
Who's to say Alpine ain't benefiting from it anyway, because they've already moved up the scale anyway.
well, they have because it's
and
just a
who's
better
to say
engine overall.
McLaren? Who's to say McLaren's not benefiting from it right now too?
Yeah, since they
And
finally
I mean,
can
possibly,
race a little bit.
but the thing about it is they gave them the engine, but they could still have their own flair to it, is what I'm trying to say. Like Mercedes could still have their own flair to it. Like a different component that looks the same, feels the same, but can flex a different way than the other components can. So,
Michael, what's your take on this?
I mean, do I think it's cheating? No, because if you think about it, at some point or another, they have all gained some kind of advantage at some point over the other teams that they're around. It's just a matter of who figured it out first. Obviously, I think it was Mercedes first, right? And then Red Bull kind of figured it out after that. And sorry for all you get off the line faster than everybody else, but you just don't know what the thing is. So sorry.
I don't know, man. I
It's
mean,
kind of like we might all have the same pistol, but Tim knows exactly the trigger to put on it to make his 10 times better. Nice.
But does that make Tim cheating if we go to a competition?
I
No,
don't think so. Because he just
no.
knows more than we do.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You notice
that's
you
what it
notice
comes
how
down to.
you notice how Mr. Red Bull is definitely against it.
100%.
Matt would be very not happy with you right now. But Tommy, on the other hand, would be very proud of you.
Just
Oh,
call him
yes.
Tommy.
No, I said Tommy would be
No,
happy with it.
Oh,
he's talking about from P1.
okay.
Tommy's my favorite.
Matt
Yeah.
would
He's
hate
the
you.
technical guy. Yes, he would.
Matt's the best. Matt's way better.
You say that because you act more like him.
You know what? That's fine. I just don't fully agree with his team choice, but
Exactly. No.
well, whatever. I mean, is it cheating? Maybe. Is it not cheating? Who knows? Is it in the regulations? Yeah. Is it following the rules? Technically.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Until
Who
the FIA
knows?
says something different.
Yep. Is it helping Red Bull? Definitely not. Is it helping Mercedes? Definitely is. Is it helping McLaren?
No, because they
Is
don't
it helping
know.
McLaren? It's helping McLaren right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they just
It's
went
helping
from
Oscar.
not racing 2 races. They didn't race 2 races, and now they're in, what, 5th and 6th position?
I believe so.
Yep.
So, with that being said, let's go into this F1 ownership shakeup incoming. So, on a recent episode of the Red Flags podcast, Gunther Steiner came in and he hinted at a new Concord agreement being drafted that has a clause that would prohibit owning multiple teams in Formula One. Let's talk about this. This is very interesting to me. I'm actually pretty excited because I think this is a conspiracy. And I think our boys over at another podcast would love to dive into this conspiracy. I think Christian Horner's behind this shit. Because Christian Horner is looking for an F1 team. V-Carb wasn't being sold to them, so Racing Bulls was out of the question because Red Bull's not going to try to give them up. Then he tries buying ownership in Alpine, but then look who sells some shares in Mercedes. So that way he can try to buy stocks in Alpine. Are they trying to block Christian Horner out? If they are, could this clause make it to where Christian comes back in? Has Christian been talking to FIA officials and to the chairman of Formula One? What do you think, Michael?
Honestly, I have not paid that much attention to this part of the topic, so I really don't have any opinion on this part.
Okay, so give me this one, Michael. If they bring in this clause and they don't grandfather in Red Bull, do you think it's going to shake Red Bull up? Because where does Red Bull get all their drivers and their seats? They come from V-Carb or Racing Bulls, as you want to call them.
Yeah. It'll definitely shake things up.
I mean, instead of 2 drivers to watch that could possibly take over that number 2 seat, now
Mhm.
they only have a reserve driver that they can pull from.
Yeah.
I think it
Go
completely
I ain't
ahead,
getting
changes up
excited.
Tim.
their selection. Like, they're more strategic in, who they're picking because they don't have 2 extra seats to pull from.
Technically 3 because of the reserve
Yeah.
driver.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. I think it gives more room for other teams to come in. You know, maybe we could get Porsche in there. You know, I think that'd be cool. But I think it would make, you know, these big teams really, you know, okay, let's just the Liam Lawson debate, right? Liam would have had more time, you know, or you know, Yuki had had more time as well. Um, and they wouldn't just C swap them like they do. I think it would be more fair to the drivers if we're going to look at it from that side of things.
Would we see Racing Bulls be more competitive?
I mean, I think they're pretty competitive now, as it is.
But I mean, you're thinking that
Yeah, but
they're
they got
right now. I would consider them. I consider both drivers as reserve drivers. I see them both as reserve drivers. So I mean, you're just putting 2 reserve drivers out there that don't have any matter. I mean, could you, if you were to say, take Racing Bulls and put them to a whole different team like Porsche, could say Porsche at that point, would they have Liam in there, and would they have Arbit in there? Or would they have 2 completely different drivers?
no, that's a tough one to say. Um,
Yeah.
because these drivers are under contract with those teams. So if the team wasn't there anymore, I wonder if there was some clause that said, you know, if they got bought out or whatever. Um, but you know, actually, I bet Formula One would make it to where the new team that came in to, you know, buy that team would have to keep the drivers, you know, and a good example of this is Kick leaving and Audi coming in. You know what? They kept the drivers because they're still in contract. Now, once their contract is up, then I think it would be fair for them to release those drivers if they didn't want them. But I don't think they could just drop the drivers. And you know, the only way would be if they came
Why
in like a
not?
brand new team.
Why
Well,
not drop the
because
driver?
there's certain protections of the drivers. You know what I mean? Like they're still on the grid for that season. They're still under their contract, even though if this was to come along, it would be something that would completely, you know, reconstruct the entire grid, right? So to be fair to the drivers, I think that whatever team came in to replace the other team would be, you know, mandatory. They keep those drivers on until the end of their contract.
Well, let me ask you this then, Tim. Say you came in and bought out Michael's landscaping company, and you already
Mhm.
looked at his crew and you kind of looked at it and you were like, well, these guys are not performing to the high standard that we wish. And they're technically like reserve drivers. They're we could use them, we could not use them. Would you rather just bring in your own drivers that you have more confidence in, or would you rather stick with these crew members that are reserves that are, not the greatest? Wouldn't you want to have the best possible
Well,
people
who's
in your seats?
who's to say that it's the drivers and it's not the machinery? Let's go back and look at Alpine last year, and then let's look at them this year. Pierre Gasly's like
Okay,
top 5.
but we're talking.
He
we're
was bottom
talking.
5 last year.
We're talking Red Bull. But we're talking Red
Right.
Bull.
So let's say Racing
Red
Bulls.
Bull is a top tier
Well,
team.
we're talking Racing Bulls. No, we're talking Racing
Yes,
Bulls.
but Red
is what
Bull
we're
is
talking
their
about, because
upper.
nobody.
Yeah, but their Red Bull is their upper.
I know what you're
Is
saying.
their upper. Racing Bulls is their secondary team.
This would only
Why
affect
wouldn't you? Why would they
Racing
keep?
Bulls.
Yes, okay, but right now we're looking at Red Bull and Racing Bulls, right? They're one team technically. Technically, when you look at everything, they're one team. Why haven't they pushed Racing Bulls, and why haven't they put the same stuff in Racing Bulls that they did Red Bull?
Because they're going to spend more money on their original brand team, right? But
Bam,
I
right
feel
there.
like but the junior team is more of like their experimental team. And then like they give the
Okay,
drivers
so
time
why would you have
to
experimental?
develop and get used
Why
to
would
it.
you have experimental drivers sitting in your 2 seats if you're a brand new team coming in?
Because they're still proven drivers. Like, they've been exposed to these regulations. They've been exposed to these cars. They've been exposed to this high level. So then you bring in Porsche, who could manufacture their own engines. Red Bull doesn't do that. So now you give a whole new element, and it's like Porsche's coming in as, hey, we do this in Formula E, but we've not done it on a Formula One scale, where there's a lot more combustion engine, right? So you keep these two drivers because they're already used to this style of car with the aero, with the boost, with the overtake buttons. So go ahead.
So is Pascal Wehrlein. Pascal has also raced Formula One. He is used to these
Right.
little different buttons that are now on there because Formula One is now Formula E on steroids. Why not bring in Pascal Wehrlein?
Yeah.
He's already been in Formula One. He knows how Porsche is and how Porsche is supposed to act. Why would you leave a Liam Lawson or an Arvid Lindblad in that spot when you have somebody like, boom, Pascal Wehrlein?
Bring Pascal in as a reserve driver.
No, I'd bring him in straight one, day one.
But
He's a proven driver.
no.
He's a proven champion.
So is Nick DeFries. Nick DeFries raced Formula One.
Nick DeFries also raced under Christian Horner. If he would have had more time, you think Nick DeFries would still be in the series?
I don't know. I mean, Liam is.
I don't think Liam deserves that seat sometimes.
I agree. He has been racing a little bit better this year, though.
He has raced a little bit better this year.
I think. Yes.
But does he
This year
overall
is a better
deserve
year.
the seat?
I don't think he deserves it. I mean, would I bring in somebody
still
different?
think-
Of course I would. Being a new team,
I mean, you put Pascal in there and let Liam be the reserve driver.
yeah, let Liam be the reserve driver at that point.
I say you
Oh,
put
Tim's getting all
Pascal in
bent out
as
of
a
shape
reserve
now.
driver. Let Liam or Arvid finish their contract, and
Screw
then you
up,
can
and then you
switch
put
it.
him in there.
No,
Why
no,
would you put a
let him finish
proven
his
driver
contract?
with your team that you wouldn't? But to screw the contract thing, I mean, okay, bring it to another sport. You go from having the Ravens and you buy out the Ravens from them currently. Why keep the team there? A lot of teams don't keep the contracts. You cut the contract. Why would you have somebody in your seat that you don't
But then-
have confidence in winning a driver's championship? Do you see Liam winning a driver's championship if Porsche came in?
Okay. No, I don't
Or
see
do you
Liam
see
winning the
Pascal
championship at
winning a
all.
championship?
But the argu but the argument is, okay, well then why hasn't
Then why
you know what I
would you
mean? Like
have him
he's
in
not
the
in there
seat?
now. He's not in. Okay, because
Why
it's
would you have
not the
Liam in the seat if
driver's
you think he
fault.
can win it?
Because okay, it's the only fair thing to do because it's not them. It is the FIA that's changing this regulation.
So as an owner, Tim, you wouldn't want the best
So
person in
then,
the seat?
yeah,
You'd rather just lose
I
and
would
lose out
want.
on all that money because you could have had a better teammate? Come on.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you
Is
keep
the
keep
world
those two
fair?
drivers in there. Okay, but I'm saying you keep those two drivers in there and you finish out that contract, which is only like what, 1 year, one more year probably for Liam. Like they're not long contracts. So
So
you
one more
leave him
year
in
could
there
be how
and
much
you see if
money in
you can
between?
build. Okay, but Porsche is not even in that series. It's like Cadillac and the other teams like that. They're going to have to get used to these regulations and stuff like that. So just do it with this driver who's already used to the aero, the boot, you know what I mean? Like all the active aero and all that stuff. The only thing that Pascal's used to is like your boost button. He's used to the battery, but he's not used to the battery and the engine.
So you're
Which brings me to
so
a
you're
point
saying that
when we get to the.
Pascal. So are you saying that Pascal is not a good enough driver to be in Formula One right now?
No, I didn't say that. I just said he's not used to driving those cars. I didn't say he's not good enough. I'm just saying he's not used to driving those cars right now.
But
Do I
you
think
wouldn't
he'd be
put him in the seat. You would leave
I would
Liam in there.
think, yes, because I think that Pascal would be okay. If I was Porsche and I was coming and bring Pascal in, use him as a reserve driver, but also a test driver because he could give you better, like some good information, right? So that you can reevaluate that car and your direction of that car, right? Okay, and then Liam's contract is up probably within a year, so he finishes this season out, and then you could swap. You can make the swap.
Why not just put the guy in there that you want to know about the stuff right now?
Because
I mean, look at Cadillac,
he's
for
not used to
instance.
these
They put in
cars.
more experienced drivers. Cadillac
Yes, they
put in more
did.
experienced drivers. Why didn't they just throw in rookies?
Okay, yes, they could have. They put in more experienced drivers because they're just now coming into this style of racing. So the difference would be is that Porsche is already on a formula style of racing. And Cadillac's not. Cadillac's in the other series, like where it's actually like the actual car looking series.
So's Porsche. GT Porsche 911.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that Porsche is also in the Formula E, so they're already affiliated with the formula. So I could see them switching over to Formula One.
So why wouldn't you just put the better driver in, Tim? Why do you have to make it fair and keep a driver in that you don't believe in? Because of their contract? Because it's fair to them?
Who says that Porsche doesn't believe in him when they really don't even know him? They've never gotten to get to know him.
You could look at
Okay,
his statistics.
Audi decided to keep Hulkenberg. Audi decided to keep Gabby. Has Gabby ever podium? No.
No, but he was in a Kick Sauber.
How many years did it take Hulkenberg to podium? His entire
Again,
career.
You put Hulkenberg in a better car, and he does better. You put
Okay.
Liam in a better car, and he did shit.
No, they designed that car for we've had this argument. They designed that
Hold
car
on. They did what?
for
They designed it for
Max
who? Who did they design it for?
Verstappen. Max Verstappen. Because you put Liam in it, you put Yuki in it, and everybody did like crap. Everybody drove like crap. I don't care what anybody says, Yuki didn't drive that car good. Liam didn't drive that car good.
Sergio
Liam
Perez.
obviously didn't drive that car
Sergio
good.
Perez didn't drive that car
Perez sure
good.
as hell didn't drive that car none.
Look at
'Cause
the
he
first 2
rested
years of
half
Perez
of the
being
race,
there.
like the last year he was there.
Perez did good back in 2023 and part of 2024, right? Like,
Oh, that was back then, man. That,
that's what I'm saying. But then at the end of this
But then he
regulation
lost it,
change,
and he didn't know how to
yes,
do nothing but rent the car. So
that's
cost
right.
the team tons and tons of fucking money.
There you
I
go.
mean, freaking money.
Okay, then you look at other things. Look at other statistics. Look at Liam's crash record. How much money is he going to cost the team? Is his salary cap worth him wrecking a car multiple weekends?
He's not. Has he wrecked this year? He's
Not
he's
yet,
spun
but look
out.
at his
He's
previous.
spun out.
Look at his previous years. Look
But
at how many
Isaac
times he's
has.
wrecked the car. I'm just
Isaac's
saying,
wrecked.
if you're
Barryman's
looking
wrecked the
at it
car.
as racing bulls, if you're looking at it as racing bulls,
Right.
you have a rookie in the seat, and you have a guy that has been there for a few years that has not done shit.
But he is this year.
Why not bring in a driver that is a championship caliber driver who has already raced Formula One in the past and is on a trajectory of a high and
think it's-
is from your country?
I understand that. Okay, I understand that. Another factor is money. So you're going to have to buy
Pascal would
out
bring in
this
a ton
other.
of money.
Okay, but you got to
And
buy
it's
out this other
Porsche.
person's contract, and then he's going to want more money.
You fire
And
Liam. It's that
and-
simple.
and they have to build this whole new car.
You fire him or you put him as the reserve. Just to
put Pascal as
deal
the
with his
reserve.
contract. Put him in the reserve and put Pascal in. You still make it fair for the driver.
Agree to disagree.
I'm just saying I'd want to have the best driver in my seat that I have that has more experience and the better the drivers.
More experience in a different series?
Hey, what
It
if
doesn't
you,
matter.
what if you
He's
had
already
to
been
pick-
in Formula
what if
One
you had to
too.
pick between Pascal and DaCosta?
Ooh, if I had to pick out between Pascal and DaCosta,
Yeah.
Mm.
Because, I mean, they raced together
That's-
for that one season, remember? And then now Shoo!
they're firing together. I'd bring both of them in.
Yeah.
The heck with Arvid and the heck with Liam. Bring both those two in.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about
you
that.
know.
That rookie's good, man.
Right.
Okay. So you bring both of them in. Which one of those two is your reserve driver?
Who's going to be my reserve driver
Yeah, out of them two.
out of
He's
DaCosta and
gonna put-
Pascal?
Yeah.
He's going to make Pascal.
I'm going to put DaCosta as the reserve. I'm sorry, but
Wow.
I'd put DaCosta as the reserve. I'd put Pascal in. And it's because Pascal, one, is the
Wow.
hometown guy. So he is Porsche through and through. He is a German. Porsche's German. Put him in. He'd give you more money out of it. I'm sorry. I love DaCosta, but I would put Pascal in at that point.
Dang, the
Oh,
I'd
hey,
still
so
say
what he's
put
saying is,
the bus.
Hayes, what he's saying is he would have gave Jack Doohan the boot too, so he could have Colapinto and all that money. That's what he's saying.
You know, I hate to be that way, but I would. I would have.
No.
Look at
Colapinto's-
how many times Jack wrecked that car compared to Colapinto. How much money was Jack costing them in fixing cars and parts? You
So
gotta
did
look at it
Yuki.
that way too. Yuki 100%
Okay.
shouldn't have been in that seat ever. He should have been gone years ago.
I know. That's because they ran out of people.
When you're Red Bull and you run through Nick DeFries, you run through Pierre Gasly, you run through freaking Albon, you run through Liam, you run through Checo, you run through Sonoda. Now you're what? Hadjar? I feel bad for the guy. I wouldn't
I don't
want to
feel
be in the
bad
Red
for
Bull.
Hadjar.
I
I
wouldn't
think
want to
he
be
would be.
anywhere near
To
Red Bull.
me, he's doing better than some of the others have the last couple seasons.
But
That's 'cause
could
he
you
got
have
to
put
come
him
in
in
at
the
the perfect
car
time.
last year? Yes.
Um,
Yes.
check it
100%
half
agree
the
with that
year,
fact.
yes.
He would have
100% agree with that. You put Hadjar in
Oh
that
no,
car
he
last year,
he
you would
was
have looked like
he was
shit.
doing good at the start of the year
Yeah.
too. So
There. Yeah,
I
but
definitely I would have put him in there last year. I would
but
have.
again,
No.
Tim, what did you
Yeah.
say? That car was built for who last year?
Da, 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 da. Max
Hadjar would
Verstappen.
have Hadjar would have had just as bad of a year as Liam and Sonoda last year.
I 100% agree with that one.
So
Finally,
for
Sean,
me,
we can agree.
we can agree on something. I just can't believe that you wouldn't take your boy Pascal
I take
just
him as a
because you want to
reserve
be
driver.
fair. Just because you want to be
Well,
fair.
It's not about just being fair. It makes the most sense to me.
It don't make sense. Why would you? Okay. You have.
He's
I
not
hate
Max
to use this
Verstappen.
one.
You can't just throw him in a GT3 car and he's going to win the race. So I don't expect the same thing with Pascal.
You have Spencer Rattler as your quarterback, and you have the opportunity to bring in Lamar Jackson. What do you do, Tim?
You go make him sit behind him a year.
You're gonna make Lamar sit behind Spencer Rattler?
It
don't matter.
Has Lamar ever thrown with this style football before? Like, this is a totally different. This is a smaller, more aerodynamic.
No, if you're a good race car driver, you can drive anything. Max has shown that.
Okay, and Max is one of the few people who can drive anything.
Oh, who says Pascal's not? Pascal literally, as you brought it up in Fun Facts time, that Pascal raced
Yeah.
Formula One.
I did. So did a lot of other people.
And now he's racing Formula E and he's won a championship.
Yes.
And he's dominant this year.
And
He's been
who's to say
dominant
you
his whole
can't go
time in
to
FE.
another one and race a
Right.
different kind of car.
So what
Yeah,
he
who
did
says he
is
can't?
he found his niche. His niche is Formula E. That's the series that he's the best at. That's what that tells me.
So you're telling me, hold on, I like this. I'm gonna go back to Spencer Rattler and Lamar Jackson.
We're talking
Spencer
don't go into
Rattler
football.
is in a pocket passing offense, and you
Mhm.
bring in Lamar Jackson, who's
Yeah.
not a pocket passer. He's a running quarterback.
I know he gets hurt too
But
much
he is
too.
still the better quarterback.
Right.
Who do you stick with at that point? Spencer Rattler, who's been in the pocket quarterback passing whatever, or do you bring in Lamar Jackson, who's a better running quarterback, but is a better quarterback altogether? Who do you put in that chair? Who do you put in that seat then, Tim?
Look,
The better person.
you're trying to compare a football that's not changed in years to Formula One that is constantly changing reg sets, whether they're going to use the battery this much
It's
or
not
that
changed.
much.
It's not changed. You have
No.
aerial raid. You have West Coast. You have the running quarterback. You have a more pocket passing quarterback. You have multiple different kind of schemes in football. You have hold on, great rule. The Brady protect the quarterback rules or the beat the shit out of Joe Montana rules. Football's changed a lot, Tim.
Has the ball changed? Except when they decided to deflate it a little bit?
Yes, it has changed. If you go back in history and look at the ball has changed multiple times. Yes. The ball used to be bigger. Yes, it was.
Okay.
That's why they couldn't throw it as much back in the old days. It was always a running game.
Yeah, the ball was bigger because that's why Brady was having to have so much air let out of it so he could actually hold the damn thing again.
Yeah, the Patriots.
I'm just saying, I would rather have the better driver in the seat. I don't care if he's not
fine.
in Formula One right now.
That's fine.
Just because you want to be fair.
I think
it's
you need to
because
be
he
fair
still
to
has
the
a little baby
drivers.
crush on Liam Lawson.
No,
He still has a baby crush on Liam Lawson.
I think that if the FIA decided to do this, then you still need to be fair to the drivers to an extent. because you're forcing the team that owned them to literally sell them to a different team.
Oh, well, that's the name of the business. It's a business, Tim. It's not fair. Is it fair that if
Or-
I were to be, if the county was to be bought out, if I got, oh, well, Sean, you're not the best at digging up out of a backhoe, so you're gone. Is that fair to me? Because they just bought us out. A whole different organization bought us out?
I think that you should be grandfathered in.
No,
and then
it's
you
a
establish
business.
this rule. I know, but I think that you should be grandfathered in. So I think that Red Bull should be grandfathered in because they were the very first one to do it back in 2006. They were the only
Would that
person
be fair
take
to the
lead.
rest?
Why didn't
We
they
want
do
to
it?
talk about fair
Why didn't they do it?
because
Why didn't
it
they
wasn't
come up
cheap
with
enough
this
back then.
loophole in their engines? So, whoa. So you're telling me that these car manufacturers who sell these cars for hundreds of thousands of dollars got outsmarted by a company that makes an energy drink out in a can that has more money?
Yeah, because they're backed by Ford Racing.
Well, they are now.
Ford's the manufacturer
I'm
of the
saying-
engine.
Yeah, now I'm talking about back then in 2006, whenever they bought them, they bought a second team. I think it was smart. Companies
That's
buy
what
their companies out
Toto's
all
trying
the
to do
time.
right now.
I know.
Toto's
I
trying
know
to do
he's
it right
trying to
now.
do
So
it.
say if Toto, okay,
I
now
know.
let's go a whole different rant. Say if Toto buys Alpine, does he get grandfathered in at the same time because he's already had it before the rule came out?
Sure. Let him have it. But there's a deadline.
Toto
And then
just-
after that deadline,
Can Toto walk in and say, "Bye, Pierre. We don't need you no more. Bye, Colapinto. See ya." Now I've got two teams. I can have George as a driver number one and Kimi as a driver number one. Make the cars the same across the board.
they're not going to make the cars the same. We both know that.
Who says they don't?
They're not going to do that. The junior team would be the experimental team where they try different things.
But there's no more junior team. Because I believe at that
It's
point,
still a
if it was
junior
me
team.
making this rule, I would say, well, in the middle of the season, you can't take Kimi that's running Alpine and move him over to Mercedes for George because George is looking
Okay.
like shit.
Okay, I agree
So
with
now
that.
you have to make both
Let's-
teams very strong.
Let's establish that rule. Let's establish that rule that you can't pull from your junior team until after the season. You have to use your reserve driver. I like that. Let's do
I
that.
don't even think the team shouldn't even be considered a junior team. They should be even with everybody else.
Well,
It would make it more fun for racing.
it would make it more fun with
Think
racing,
about
but
it.
we all know
If Racing
fun.
Bulls had all the same shit as Racing Bulls has all the same shit as Red Bull, if they did, would that team be higher up in the championship? Would they be beating McLaren? Would they be beating Ferrari last year? If they had everything that Red Bull had.
Okay. If Racing Bulls had everything that Red Bull had, then we would have made sure that Lando came in one spot lower so Max won the championship.
I'm just
Uh,
saying,
Anyway,
the cars need to be more fair. The regs need to be more fair.
it's a great
If you're
debate.
going to have a junior team, it shouldn't be a junior team no more. They should be their own separate entity. Race it all out. Make the best out of that big car. Because in me as a businessman, if I was sitting there as a businessman right now, I'd be pissed off that V-Carb is not doing what they should be doing. If they were being higher up in the standings like Red Bull is, we'd be making more money. My thought as an F1 person, as an owner, if I was, I want to make the most amount of money. So I want to be in that top 3 or that top 5 I want to be in that position, and they haven't been. So technically, are they losing out on money
100%.
then, having a secondary team? Because now, if you look at it, you have a one driver, which is Max, your two drivers in your second racing, Red Bull seat. Then you have a 3 and a 4 driver. And right now, I would say your 3 driver, is Liam, and your 4 driver is Arvid. And then you have your reserve driver.
Well,
I'm thinking about it just as experience. Experience, you would say Liam is the number 1 driver.
mm-hmm.
So I think it needs to be, because then I would honestly look at that team. I'd look at that team as a different way. It's its own separate entity. I'd be treating it that way.
Y'all two go at it.
I'm just saying, as a business person, Michael, I'm going to ask you a question, Michael, because you've been just sitting back watching us and laughing and eating your little snackies. As a businessman, would you want to have the best driver in the car? Doesn't matter where he came from, but the best driver you had possible in the car.
Yes.
Why?
Because it gives you the better chance of winning races. I mean, why would you sit behind somebody that's not as good of a driver for a year just because the other person was there first? Tim, realistically, if you had Rattler and then Lamar Jackson came in, you know good well you putting Lamar Jackson in there, the quarterback 1. You ain't stupid.
Even if it is a different scheme.
I understand what you guys are saying. I understand what you guys are saying. But I'm also saying that if you're bringing in a new driver, you need to get him time to get used to this. So you bring him in as the reserve driver. You don't bring him as your number 1 or your number 2.
But we're starting at a whole new season then. He gets to go through the whole off season of all those racing in Bahrain. He gets to test the car all those times in Bahrain. He gets to test the car again during their little testing sessions. So he gets, if you were to, you start next year with, say, Porsche at the helm instead of Red Bull. Porsche is now the owner of VCARB. VCARB is no longer there. You now bring Pascal in beginning day 1. He now is sitting in there in Bahrain. He is test driving the car during all those test trials. He's learning the car the whole time. He's ready for week 1. He's an experienced driver. He's not a dummy. That's what we're trying to say is why wouldn't you want to have the best driver in there, especially at the beginning of the year when you're going through all that testing?
Because, I mean, he's already drove in Formula 1 before. It don't matter what the steering wheel look like with the buttons.
I'm fine with that because Liam Lawson's contract's up at the end of this year.
Oh, my God. That's the only reason he's giving up on this debate.
There you go.
If Liam was still contracted for 1 more year, he'd be still arguing with us.
I still think you still need to be fair to the drivers to an extent.
Liam too much.
To an extent.
Throw him into reserve.
I think he's doing good this year.
You put him into reserve.
Throw Pascal. He's not drove these cars. He's not drove these cars.
He's driven F1 before. And it's Max said
before when they were under a different regulation set.
Just a slower version of what we got now.
Agreed, Michael. It's a slower version than what we got now.
Basically, same thing, same buttons.
I mean, I would even put it at this point, I would say Felipe is better than Liam if you were to bring Felipe back because of this whole year of Formula E.
No, not Drugovich.
He's been around Formula 1 for how many years?
I know. But no.
As Michael and I both have clearly stated, Formula E is just a slower version of this new Formula One car.
I understand that. But we ain't even got to the new regulation.
You know what? The new regulations is gonna have to wait now. We done jumped all over this, and it's been an hour going in now. So
This is not my fault.
new regulations gonna have to wait till Sunday.
This is not my
This
fault.
is all this is going to be the fun part, because I think that when Matt and Tommy get on this, I would love to see them argue this out. I would love to see Red Flags argue this out. Like, bring those points up. Would Tommy agree? Would Tommy not agree?
It just blows up on this video.
I hope so
Hey,
too, because I mean, it's
I'm gonna tell you
going to be
something.
a fun conversation.
If it was flipped and it was a different team, you know what I mean? Then, and we wasn't talking about
If it was
Liam,
flipped,
and we weren't talking
say
about our
Mercedes was already had Alpine, I'd say the same damn thing. I would say, Porsche's coming in and taking over Alpine. I'd still put in Pascal over Gasly. Sorry.
But Gasly's
would.
doing good this year. That's crazy.
I love Gasly
Okay.
too, but I would still put Pascal in over him.
Obviously,
Because you got to
don't.
think, you got your brand
Obviously, you don't.
there. It's a German. It's a German car. It's a German engine. You got a German driver. Pierre's French. I love Pierre.
And
I
I
think he's a
know.
great
He's on the
driver. I
French
think he
team,
got
right?
screwed over in Red Bull. He got screwed over in Red Bull.
Now, look, hey,
100%. Albon did
let's
too.
just the
Nick-
only person.
Nick. I'm having a meltdown. Nick DeFries also got screwed with Red Bull, and it comes back to who was the freaking point of screwing over all those drivers? Christian Horner.
I would like to know who made all those decisions, though.
No,
Like
no.
if it was solely him, or if it like Helmut Marko.
It
Had some
was
say in
Christian.
that.
You know it was Christian. Christian had so much
don't think
control in
he's
that Red Bull
solely-
team.
Oh, he did. He did have a lot of control because he'd been there with him since the
If
beginning.
he didn't want a driver, they were gone.
Just like watching
But I
things that
liked
we
it,
watched
man.
in the freaking Drive to Survive. If he didn't like something was going on, you out of here.
Bye. Flavio said, bye.
See ya.
Flavio, yeah. But
Same
see, I
thing.
don't like Flavio, but I love
That
Christian
was
Horner.
Christian Horner. See,
No,
I
he was a
don't
better
care for
version of
Christian.
Flavio.
I'd rather have Flavio. I liked Flavio better.
No way.
And it's because
Who don't like that old man?
of those glasses.
With the
No.
different color, different
Yeah.
colored glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He has
I
style.
swear them things hit
No.
the sunlight and they change colors.
He's an OG. Christian's not an OG.
He was with Red Bull
No.
when they started. What are
No.
you talking about?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. How long has
What are you
Flavio
talking-
been in Formula One
He
compared to
is
Christian?
the original.
Flavio comes from the
He's
old
the
school.
original. Yes, because he's older.
It don't matter.
Oh
Flavio's
my
been around
God.
longer. He's the OG. Flavio had
It's
that
like I can't
personality
pick if
before
somebody
Christian
like
I will
did.
Days is
say-
older than me.
If Flavio was over Red Bull,
But he got
Perez would have
banned.
been gone
He
after
got
his first
banned.
freaking.
And what do you think's happening to Christian right now?
Yeah.
No one wants him
He's not
back.
banned.
That's why Toto's buying. That's why Toto's buying out Alpine, so that way Christian can't buy it. So
That's because
Red Bull
Toto's
didn't want to
scared
sell
of Christian Horner.
freaking
Because
V-Carb
he's the
to
only
Christian.
person that ever threatened. Christian Horner was the only person who ever threatened Mercedes. That's why Toto don't want him back. Toto wants to reign now, like they used to.
Nobody wants Christian back.
Sorry, Tim,
Nobody
I'm not
wants
no
Christian
screw.
back. You know who I want better? You know who I want back before Christian? Gunther Steiner.
Okay. I'll agree with that.
If I were to have to pick
I'll agree with
somebody
that.
else, I would rather have Gunther as my lead man than Christian.
I'd like to see him over a different team because
I do too.
Haas was a struggle, man.
I just
I'd like to see him make
we
Cadillac.
need to go a decade without Christian. We need a decade without Christian. That's what we need.
No.
He needs to take a
dude,
hiatus
he
and then
stirred
do a
the
Flavio
pot.
and come back. No,
He
Flavio's stirring the
stirred
pot
that
now.
pot so good. No, he's not.
No.
He's just complaining
No.
over there. He don't even have a team to compete. I mean,
Flavio's gonna have a better.
Pierre's the only person.
Just saying.
Hey, you think about it too. I guarantee you, Christian Warner ain't got no, what's the word I'm looking for? He ain't got no cool freaking house like Flavio does neither. With none of them
No.
freaking cool ass pictures and then
Yeah,
different
no.
colored glasses.
That big
that
old
change colors in
golden,
the sunlight.
that golden
Yeah,
bear,
Christian
those golden
Warner
bear
ain't got none of
statues.
that.
He's too
He ain't
flashy.
got a whole wall with a different set of pictures that look like him with the I love that, man.
I love
That was the
Flavio.
best part of it, man.
Listen,
Christian Warner ain't
Flavio's a
got none
no
of that.
bullshit kind of guy. He tells you like it is. It's whatever. Christian
He's-
bitches and complains about every little issue.
fights for his team and his drivers. That's what he does.
Bitches about every little thing. Flavio don't bitch. He
Fights
just says, well,
for
you're
his
not racing
team
great. Guess what?
and his drivers.
Out. You ain't racing good? Out. He fights for his team and his drivers. Hold on. I'm going to go with fights for his
Yes.
drivers. By Pierre. By Albon.
Yeah,
By
I know.
Nick DeFries.
Okay,
By
I understand.
By
You're
Sergio Perez.
basing it on.
Fights for his
You're
drivers.
basing it. He kept Perez.
He
lot
fought
longer
for
than we
who?
thought.
Who did he fight for? Who did he fight for?
Daniel Ricciardo.
That is a true statement. He did fight for Daniel
I
for
knew
as
it.
long as he could.
He did.
But
He did.
But did he fight hard enough for Daniel to stay over Max? No.
Daniel
No, 'cause
Daniel
Max
chose
is
to leave
that special
and
of a
make the
driver.
dumbest move of his career and go to Renault.
But could Christian
And-
have fought to keep him there? Could Christian have fought for
I
his
believe-
driver and gave him more money and said, hey, you're still our number one driver? Could he have done that over Max? No.
I believe that Daniel had his mind already made up. And by the way, this brings me to a really good point, and I haven't got to watch it yet, but there is a new interview with Daniel Ricciardo that I want to go watch. And I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
What's
there
it on?
is.
Yeah.
I will
What's
find
that?
it and I will send it to you. I don't know. I
Okay,
think it's
because
on
I want
YouTube.
to watch that because I love me
Uh,
some Daniel.
Yes. I know you do.
Daniel sits in my love right there. He is my love of Daniel all day, every day.
I'm
you know what I need to do?
waiting for
I
you
just
to
need
get
to
the
get a
tattoo.
Daniel Ricciardo tattoo. Oh, it's just, see, Tim, this is okay. I think this is what I think. I think Tim and I are so passionate about Formula One and about our drivers and our teams that's why we are arguing this fact right now. We argue a
I
lot
know.
because of that reason. And Michael just sits over
I
here
love
and
this
just fucking
sport.
stirs the pot on it.
Hey, somebody's got
He
to stir the
does.
pot
He
for you.
picks one side and he picks the other side. And then he snacks. He watches it like it's a dang
He
movie.
does. I hope our listeners do too, because I mean, as much okay. You know
Hey,
I love
trust
Red
the
Bull.
process.
You know
I
I
know.
love Red Bull. You know
I know.
that is my team, and it will be until the day I die. But I don't always
Same.
agree with what they do. Don't. And I will never agree with
I do
having
not
a
either.
secondary team that you aren't trying to push. That you're not trying to put the best driver in that seat. You're not trying to get the best out of the car. I hate that. I hate that for VCarb. I hate it. I hate it for Arvid because he has to be down there. I hate it for last year that Hadjar had to be there. What does it give him experience? Yes, it gives him experience. But you're not giving him a good enough car. You're not upgrading that car like you do the Red Bull. You're not being fair. You're not putting that money into that team. Let somebody else have the team that wants to put the money into the team and put the best driver in the team so we can have the best freaking races. I want to see 5 or 6 teams that are so dominant that we never know who's going to win, like Formula E. We never know who's going to win. We never know which team's going to win. We never know which drivers are going to win. We can kind of figure it out, but I want that. And I think that's what drives me nuts about this secondary freaking team. I can't stand it because you don't put that passion into it like you do your first team. And I think that's why I'm so argumentative about it right now with you, because dang it, I want to see that car succeed. I want to see a driver that deserves that seat to be there. Shut your envision self up.
I do agree. I would love to see the second. I would love to see the second car be just as good as the first car.
You know what else? You know what? It shouldn't even be, you know what's going to come into this team? You know, this is just a fun, happy time now. You know who's going to come in and buy that team and who's going to sponsor that team? Garage Beer.
Christian Horner.
Where the garage is always open. Not Christian Horner. Jason and Travis Kelce.
Real quick.
Hold
Real
up.
quick.
Taylor Swift's going to buy the team out.
Shut your dirty mouth. Shut your dirty mouth. No. Hey, you know who would be a great candidate? Michael Jordan. But that's not what I was going to say.
I'm going to counter.
Was
I want to
okay.
I want to see Hendricks buy it or Gibbs.
That'd be cool. I'd be down. Let's go Hendricks all day, baby.
Can you imagine Jeff Gordon sitting there with Dale Jr. at the track?
And one of them's the team principal?
Just sitting there and giving feedback. Yes. Bring an old NASCAR guy in and have him be the team principal. Oh my God, yes. Can you imagine
Jeff
Dale
Gordon,
Jr. as the team principal?
Or Dale Jr. and then Jeff Gordon as the engineer.
Yes. Don't put him as the engineer. Neither of them as the engineer. I think you give them both. You know what? Put them both as the team principals. Both of them. You know how much fun?
Okay. Make one of them an advisor. Because I'm about to go to a different topic real quick.
Yes. Dude, that would be so much fun. Can you imagine? You know what I would really love to see one day in Formula 1. Sorry, my bad. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Did you guys see that video I sent you guys? Hayes, I know you did.
Which one?
You didn't see it. Hold on. I'm going to send it to you.
Which one?
You're going to love it.
Hold on.
It's this,
you know what? Remember last podcast, Michael? Remember last podcast when somebody said that you can never compare apples and oranges because of Jeff Gordon and Max Verstappen? And Jeff Gordon did run sometimes in a Formula 1.
I didn't know this. I did not know this until you sent me the video footage.
Jeff Gordon's still the best. Tim, I know you can agree with that one.
Sure. Yes, I can. So hold on. Let me turn that down. Hold on. I'm sending you this right now. So watch this later, Sean.
But
Okay,
no one
back
beats the
to
number
my
3.
point I want to make real quick. He is a legend. So another point I want to make is
Yeah, Daniel is.
Helmut Marko was in the advising role. He was like the scout for all these drivers for Red Bull. So I think a lot of blame goes to him to a certain extent. Yes, I think a lot of the stuff was Christian Horner, but I feel like he was pressured a lot by some of the higher ups of like, why isn't he performing in this seat? And he was just trying to save his job at the time and was just throwing everything he could. But the car was not set up for those people. But anyway,
He should have just came out
Let's
flat
go
out
to
and
it.
said it and said, this car's just for Max.
But he can't
Yeah,
say
I didn't say
that. He legal.
If he would have said it, if he would have at least said it, I'd have way more respect for Christian. But he never said it.
He should have.
He could never bring
He
himself to
should have
say it.
said it. He should have said it on the Netflix documentary. That's what he should have said it. After he was
Should've.
fired.
Should have said it right after he was fired. He should have said that car was just built for Max. If he would have said
And
that,
look, he does
I'd
it
probably
just like
say,
this.
okay, bring Christian back.
And then he's like, okay, guys, is that it? And he's like, yes, he's going to get up. And he's like, we built that car for Max. And then he goes away.
If you would have said that, I would have probably sit more on the side of you, Tim, and say, okay, bring Christian back. But he didn't.
I loved his passion for the sport, man. I know we've talked about it before, but like his team radio to Max Verstappen when he won his very first championship, I can hear it just like it was yesterday.
It's
like
iconic.
It is such a
It's
highlight.
iconic, and it will always be
Yes.
iconic. It'll always be iconic.
I
It'll always
want to
live
hear him
in
back on there.
everybody's ears. I don't.
Yes.
I don't.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
I want to hear more Flavio Brigatore.
I thought you were about to say Toto.
No, I'd rather hear more Zach Brown.
All right. What's the next topic? What are we going to?
We ain't got no more topics. We're at an hour and 13 minutes at this point.
Yeah, I started to say
These topics are going to have to wait until Wednesday.
All right.
I mean, I do think that this
fun.
big topic that we did have, this topic that we've had, that we've been, Michael, I don't know if you've been watching the clock, but it's been almost 40 minutes of this topic. And I think this is going to be a very widely discussed topic. I think it's going to be a huge topic here in the next few weeks. And especially if they decide to come out and say, nope, this is the new rules. This is the new everything. You guys have to sell your team now. I think it's going to be an even bigger topic. Or if they say, no, you're grandfathered in, I think it's still going to be a huge topic.
No, I agree. I mean, because like you said, yeah, we've been on this topic for 45 minutes now. So, I mean, you know, like I said, I would love our comment section to get blowed up on this. I really would.
Dude, me too.
And
Me
yes,
too.
I'll give Tim this little thing that you can't really compare racing to fucking football. But if you think about it, football has come a long way, just as F1 has. They've been around almost the same.
I
Well,
understand.
football's been around a little longer. And if you look at it, if you were to take it and make it as a scheme, schemes are different with every team. That's why every quarterback can't be placed in every scheme. So, I mean,
And I know that if some new owner came in, they
Use his
would
bed is different.
they would pick the best driver. I'm just saying,
you have
as
to.
a way to protect the drivers from this other change, I think it would just be the most fair thing to do. And it would also help that new team coming in, get a feel for the regulations. But anyway,
But could you
I
find a
loved it.
better
I
driver
absolutely loved
in?
it.
Could you find a better driver in? This one's going fun. Could you bring Magnussen back over Liam?
I really like Magnussen. I really do. And I'm going to go as far as to say this. I think that Magnussen had a really good run in Formula One, but I think he's reaching his full potential in the GT series from what we've
Oh, I
seen.
100% agree. 100%
So
agree.
I wouldn't want to bring him back.
Yeah.
But man, like his aggressiveness in some of those videos that we've seen, wow, loved it. Love to see it.
I mean, he's got that fire back. Like, why wouldn't you want to bring him back? If he was the best person out there and he was available, I would have Kevin over Liam any day.
Yeah.
Who says you don't?
I mean,
This one's very far-fetched. But what if you reached out as a brand new owner to Daniel Ricciardo and said, "Hey, look, here's a contract." Do you think Daniel wouldn't come back if he had that opportunity and that spark? He'd be in my opinion, he's still the better driver over Liam.
yeah, I mean, he's a better driver than Liam.
I know that
I don't know if Daniel would do it.
Daniel won't come back, but I think he wouldn't. But I'm just saying, if that was an opportunity over Liam, I'd take him. Liam, this is nothing against you, man. I'm just saying that as an owner, I would want to have the best person in that seat. And right now, I would see you as a number 2 driver. As a fan, I do like you. I think you're hilarious. I love your TikToks. I love watching that stuff that B-Car puts
Yeah.
out. But,
Mhm.
I mean, in all honesty, I see you as a number 2 driver. I don't see you winning a F1 championship. I don't. I think if Liam were to go somewhere else like Formula E, or hell, I would love to see Liam in a GT series.
That'd be cool.
I think that would be cool. I just don't with this amount of talent that's out there in F1 right now. I think we can each agree that there is maybe 5 drivers that we can confidently say that are world championship material right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's sucky to say, but that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could some of these other drivers go over to to Formula E and dominate? They could be more competitive. I mean, Nick DeVries has. He went over and won a championship. Pascal left F1 and went over and won a championship.
Hey, how'd that feel, saying Nick DeVries? Was that like vinegar coming out of your mouth?
Man, I'm a bit Nick, I love you, buddy. I do. But he has killed me so much on that leaderboard back behind us. that it leaves a little sour taste in my mouth sometimes. I still believe in Nick. I think he can still drive great, but that boy and he needs to bring some confidence back in me. I need a little confidence boost, Nick. So in 2 weeks, can you please do something really good? Top 5, please. I would love that. 2 weeks.
Not long. Not long at all.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, we have a race. I'm so great. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I am so grateful that in 2 weeks we have a freaking race. Because this stint of not having any racing is killing me. I don't know about you guys, but
Same. No, same.
Yeah, I agree.
well, at that point, ladies and gentlemen, I think these two are tired. It's about midnight their time. Oh, special shout out. This Sunday, we have Mr. Ian McDuff coming on. We got Ian coming, boys. We got Ian. I'm so excited.
Can't wait to have.
So excited that Ian's coming on.
Can't wait to have. Hey,
Me too, man. I'm so excited to
I've
see him
got
again.
one more shout out. Actually, hold on. I need to wait a few more seconds. Oh, but unfortunately, Caleb cannot be with us. But I'm definitely excited about Ian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We
I
just
know. I
hit
was really
midnight
hoping
here,
Caleb
guys.
would get on.
I have a special shout out. Today is Owen's birthday, and he officially turns 8.
Officially.
So shout out to Owen.
Dang.
Officially, happy birthday, boy.
Dang. Happy birthday, buddy.
Growing up fast on me.
Happy birthday, Owen. Love you, bud.
8 years old already.
Thanks, guys. I know.
Oh,
Time flies.
It's unreal.
And by the way,
just like-
he is a
it's
huge
just
Max
like-
Verstappen fan in Red Bull.
well, that is our children, Tim.
I know. I know it is. And he might not be as big of a fan as Junie is, but he's still a fan.
Dude, that child, I swear, she draws pictures left and right and talks about Max all the time. And I'm not going to shit you. Every time I talk any little tiny baby bit of smack about Max, I get punched from that back seat.
That's right. That's right, Junie.
Hey, rightfully
Don't
you
let
should.
him do it.
She listens to the podcast in the morning to school, and she just anytime. Daddy, what? I got to give my journalistic opinion. She did
Sure,
okay, so she didn't
sure.
even like when I said that Max was possibly going to retire at the end of the year.
I tell you what, if that does happen,
Oh.
that youngin is gonna be like severely
Oh.
heartbroken.
Dude, I'm gonna have to start watching some freaking GT races with her because a child.
Yep.
She'll completely give up on F1.
I think she's more of a Max fan than Tim is. She's way more of a fan than Tim
Maybe
is.
so. Maybe she is. This has
Who
been fun.
knows? Who knows? But it's been a fun. You know what? I like little conversations like this, even if it's not little. Even if it's not little, because it's not. There it is.
Welcome to Pit Lane Paul, where the engines scream and the spirits soar. Grab a drink, feel the thunder roar. This is the place you've been looking for. thrill. Beneath the lights we live for more. This is our home at Pit Lane Port.